Hi everybody, I want to show you guys a big clay head statue. This statue was made a long time ago and is packed with tools and effigies. You're going to see lots of little birds and portraits of people. These are like pieces of art, prehistoric art, Paleolithic art. You're going to see like little caked on eyes and designs, and the paint still remaining on all the things that are going to come out of this giant clay head statue. So I don't like destroying these guys, and I really would rather not have to do this, but the thing is, these are all about to get destroyed anyway. So these are small little caches, and this pile right here is from an area that was full of artifacts, and so these clay head statues are all rolling out of here. So these clay balls are full of these types of tools that we're going to take a look at right now. All these little clay balls here, though, just to show you guys what we're looking at, are these little heads with stone effigies, pieces of art inside of them, some type of ceremony. So these are all shaped like little heart-shaped birds. I'll give you guys some close look at some of these, so you might be able to see some paint and other things as well. Sometimes there's just broken little tips. This is a wide-tailed bird. It's one of the archetypes of birds. There's a couple of different archetypes of birds as well, but it just represents, you know, a bird like in flight with its little wide tail there. And so all these will be little bird heads and beaks, but there's some larger tools in this bigger one, so we'll take a look at those right now. When I'm pulling these artifacts out, I'm going to do it a little slowly though, because on these face stones, on these little artifacts, the clay pack remains where a lot of the little designs and different things were put onto these. So every piece of lithic material out here is going to be a little bird head. You can see how it's a little rounded on the head there. You can tell I'm delaying because I really don't like to do this, but there's also chunks of wood in here. So these pieces of wood are also effigies. You'll find that they're carved into birds, dropping artifacts right now, but there's little pieces of crystal and things on it, and they'll also represent like the same art style that is on the stones. So you might be able to see some paint and different things that are on here. Not sure how it's going to represent a bird, but I could see maybe somehow it would. Let's see if give it the smell test. I don't think it's cedar. I don't think it's cedar. All right. Just taking a look at it, you can kind of see already the lithics that are inside of it. And so we'll go ahead and try to pull a couple of these out. Little pieces of crystal. Let's see. This looks like another piece of wood inside of here. There's going to be little spear points and things in here. Darts sometimes. I don't need to try to inspect every piece of quartz, I guess, to try to find a bird effigy with you guys, but every single one of these are one. Everything that's on the ground surrounding us is one as well. And here we go. Let's do this. What is this? Oh no, shoot. Hopefully it was just a root. I have found a couple look at all that. So see, these are put together like puzzles often, and you can see the way that this clay is, how it's been rained on, and it's all weathered. Like it was, I think they come together like puzzles. So when you pull these apart, a lot of times they'll end up being the archetypes and the images of, I hate that I'm breaking the wood. Those could be like special pieces of wood or something. Maybe they're just roots. But I found teeth in here, all kinds of weird stuff, hair, remnants of hair. There's definitely bugs. All right. So inside the very center of these, you'll find oftentimes larger, like a big piece of granite or one of the, family headstones, face stones. Whoops. And they're all filled to the brim with just like supplies and maybe just messages. This piece of wood looks like it may have been painted. It's a little bit orange. That has a very particular smell for sure. Maybe it's just a special piece of wood. So, as we know, these, ancient people were very ceremonial and religious. This was definitely a ceremonial ritual site. You can really see that texture that I'm talking about here, there. Some of this clay that they use, it's almost like modeling clay. It's very rich and red, and it's because I think they were making, little statues out of this clay. Oh, that wood is so old. Hopefully it's just a root, but I pulled out wooden totems from here before, so feel bad because there's just like artifacts all over the place. But if you guys have made it this long, thank you for, whoa, look at that color. Thank you for making it. Appreciate it. Look at that stuff. Maybe that's just a fungus, who knows? Looks like it's yellow. I've never seen a fungus look like that. Look at those colors, yellow, blue, and pink. Maybe it's a fungus. Wood definitely looks altered down here. Charred a little bit on the top. I'm sorry for the focus. Come on, focus. There we go, sorry about that. Very interesting. Oh, there's the rest of it. Inside the clay. The rest of the bark. That's a weird coloring here. Look at that marking. You might be able to see little eyes still. They were designed. These things were designed and buried in here. And really, it's hard to express that sometimes through looking at the artifacts after the fact. You almost have to be here to do it. I don't know what this is, but I've learned you just never know. Could have been a little pea pod seed thing or something. All right, let's see. There's still some of the wood in there right there. The wood is as soft as the dirt is. I have a couple of these clay head statues at my house that are intact as well. Boy, oh boy, I do hope that pink is just some kind of fungus that I'm not used to seeing, because that color is something. Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, I can smell some cedar now, so I know I uncovered some. Oh, geez, sorry. So if you look at this thing, just the way it is, tilt it to the side, you'll see the clay eyes, the bluish eye right there. You see the little diamond shapes. You're gonna see it on both sides, and you'll see other little, okay, you guys see that one right there that I'm showing in the middle of the screen there. Kind of goes right here, around, and up the top there. You can see the pupil right there. So these are the clay eyes that are on these statues. And there's another one, a blue one right here. This might be a stone. Yeah, so they put these stones, these diamond-shaped stones, on the eyes. Okay. Oh. Take just a look at some of the colors and things that are in here. Some of them worked. Little quartz pieces that are going to be little bird effigies here. You notice like another diamond at least, but there's a bird in here somehow, some way. Anyway, it's hard to do everything at once here, guys. I try to show you as much as I can, but you can see just a lot of little worn out tools and things. This thing's super sharp still. Painted rocks and painted clay. Maybe even painted wood. See how brittle that wood is? It just falls apart just like the dirt does. There we go, we have a larger lithic here. So these are placed inside of here to protect them. Some of these clay heads are just, little clay bird heads are just clay. But these larger lithics or put inside to keep them from getting messed up. This feels like a piece of cedar. Yes, it is. That's a big chunk too. Yeah, you can definitely tell the smell of cedar when you see it, but that's a nice square chunk right there. It's a good size chunk. Nice. Oh, wow. Like I said, guys, there's something about doing this. So thank you for sticking with me. I know this has taken me a long time, but I mean, if you want to learn about archaeological stuff and you want to know true history, it's just going to take a second. You can see little wings carved in. You know, it's going to take a minute. So I'm glad you guys are here for the time being here. All right, let's go ahead and get these out. Take some more out. We're just doing this slowly. Pulling out these painted bird heads and bird effigies. We'll have to clean them up later and see what they see. I'm trying to keep the focus for us, guys, but if I'm not doing a good job, I apologize. It's like every swipe of the hand, just more and more artifacts are falling out. So I'd like to get this big lithic out of here. Mm-hmm. Gonna be a pretty bird head somehow, some way. Probably like this. See this painted stone in here. I'm trying to get that one out here. But it's a process with these. They were put in here like this. It's the way they did it, they were meticulous with it and they fired some of it. You can see how it's all rounded and hard. It's almost like a rock. So, in an effort to save some time in my citizen archaeological handbook, we're allowed to do this, I guess. Try not to, of course, hit any other things, but here you'll be able to see there's some designs and things still inside this clay that popped out. You see the little lines and the markings. You might be able to see a carved-in eye or a headdress. So they, of course, adorn these. Maybe a bird head, clay bird head, I think is what I see with the left side profile. This is clay. This is not going to last. This is, unfortunately, just about to get destroyed. So you guys are the first to see this in a couple thousand years, and more than likely the last to see this bird with a left side beak there. Because, I mean, this stuff is just not gonna, it's not gonna be here. After the rains and stuff come and different things happen here, you're not gonna be able to see this anymore. So there's a lot of different rocks in here I'm finding, some larger ones. So I'm gonna try to keep, let's see this big one here. Let's take the clay packs off of it. You can see some more clay packs. So this is the big, whoops, sorry. This design here is the big eye on the forehead. And so you can see how it is shaped, you know, like a profile image, and you can see the triangle shape there. You might be able to see different eyes. These are little clay eyes, and the face is going to be recessed in here with an eye in here. This is the profile image. So the way that you look at the art, of course, is like you're only going to get one eye. You're going to get the side of the nose. So if you're looking over the right-hand shoulder for this one, you'll see some other carvings in here like this. So these head totems with all these designs and markings on them that you're seeing right here in the top of the stone, different eyes, and take a close look, guys, in the details there. You'll be able to see the carvings. This stuff hasn't been seen since it was buried, and it's been protected in this clay head statue that we have been kicking apart for 20 minutes. You can see how the eye has fallen out of this statue here. That's just one of them. There's going to be other ones. You can see the clay ones in there. This also fits in the back of the hand well. You can see how you can hold it like this. You see the curve. The round head, of course, is a left side portrait if you're not seeing it. So if you're looking over the shoulder, there's going to be a few different ones here, but just a little face recessed in here, and the rest of this top stuff is exaggerated head, exaggerated hair and stuff. You'll always be able to see small little indentions for those little lips. See the little tiny cracks for the lips? And if you look closely in that eye there, you'll be able to see the little details of that eye. Different distances will help. And there's different eyes. That might just be the pupil. There's different color eyes. You look at the color, look at the different examples. You're only getting a sliver of the face, just the edge. So you can see how that eye is hollowed out there. We can point this face downward a little bit. There's going to be different ones. Pretty neat. Stored away. There's going to be more in here. Let's take a look and peek at what we might have inside of here. There's a acorn or a some kind of nut. Well, it might have just broke and fell apart there, but it looked like a pine cone. Okay guys, let's see here. It's hard to just break these apart without, I mean, we're going for it, I guess, right? Well, whenever you smash them apart and they break, a lot of times they'll break into the image of the effigy that they are, such as in this case. These are all clay head statues in the same form. See how the long nose sticks out? These are little fired clay pieces. There's probably a profile on the other side as well. Might be using some wood for that, but these are clay head effigies. I don't see any lithics in this one. Oh yeah, there is. There's probably some right there, or that's just a clay colored eye. Very interesting. Very interesting. If you guys made it this long, you're really the die-hard archaeological types. There's some kind of cement stuff in here. Oh, it's so soft, it's just gonna fall apart. But you can see how it's a different color. Oh, jeez. What is it? There are some little designed little clay balls and painted little clay swirly things and stuff, but most of the time whenever I get to see them, they're already, like, as soon as I touch them, they just disintegrate before I can even pick them up. Or right when I touch them. All right, let's give this one a chop. I hate doing this. Look at all the stripes of, I don't know if you guys can see that, different stripes of color coming out of there. Really neat. Okay. It just fell out of there. See the consistency of what they did. They did some weird wooden tools and stone tools, and it looks like there's some more painted stone in here. Oh yeah, it's a neat one. Just a little bird, as you can see. Sorry, this isn't the best video quality today. Little bird, a left side profile. This whole thing is going to be full of so many really beautiful crystal ones, and you can see this polished crystal one coming out right here. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get him out wherever he went to, and at least try to pick up and document what I can. So oops. Just a tiny little bird. To get this piece of wood out. Okay. That side's kind of rounded and weird too, just like the other one. Might be a blue paint. Yeah, that's that silverish paint. It's the same stuff that they paint the clay. I see this silver paint on some of the eyes and things. That's what remains. Wow. Might be what people sometimes refer to as the holographic paint. So it's funny, sometimes you'll find little chips of bark, and the little chips of bark will be shaped like arrowheads. So there'd be like soft arrowheads or sandstone arrowheads, but nothing sharp, like not an actual weapon at this site. Now, you go just a couple miles away and there's weapons everywhere, all over the place, all over the ground and floor. All right, guys, thanks for joining me for today. Lots of little different bird effigies here, and I just kind of wanted to document the destruction of that ancient statue. There's several more here. You can see several weird circular, what are they, grinding stones and things, painted stones. These are Country Boy Archaeology style stones here. You can see these ones. This will stack for sure. Look at that thing. It's even got like a little divot in it. It's one of those chunky stones. Oh, looks pretty cool. Might take this one. Nice and round. You know? So, yeah, the Artifacts put out a video the other day. Yeah, I think it's excellent. If you guys haven't seen it yet, make sure you go check out his channel. Go check out that video. All right, you guys. Talk to you later.